Look what we're making today. We're making brioche sesame buns, and they're really scrummy. Without any ado, we'll get straight on with the recipe. And for your recipe, you want 600 grams of strong white flour, 42 grams of fresh yeast, 75 grams of caster sugar, 90 grams of butter, best to use unsalted really, 125 milliliters of full fat milk, 200 milliliters of egg, 4 grams of salt, 4 grams of improver. That's an option. If you don't want to use your improver, then don't use it. You can do your bulk fermentation for a lot longer. Also, you want some sesame seeds and some trays. Now, these are large Yorkshire pudding trays. You'll see why we're going to use these because they've got that nice depth and also they have that nice shape in the bottom. And this recipe makes around about 12. Right, we'll get straight into the mixer. First, we're going to put in our flour and our dry ingredients. And just let this mix around a little bit. Now add in our yeast. Adding your butter is recommended to make sure that is at room temperature. Add in your milk. Add in your egg. And we'll start that mixing for 1 minute. So after 1 minute, what we're going to be doing is stopping it, checking it to see if it needs a little bit more liquid. It should be fine. And also, if you're on a different type of machine, give it a good scrape down. So let's have a look at the dough. Yeah, it's going down quite nicely. And to feel that now, that it actually is wet, but it will be okay. Because once that started mixing, then that'll be fine. So we're going to mix it now for another 5 minutes. Now, if you've got another type of machine, then mix it on second speed. But I've only got 1 speed on this machine, so 5 minutes it is. Right, that's our 5 minutes up. The dough does look a bit slack, but it's fine. Just give it a bit of a scrape down. Yeah, that's nice. So what we're going to do is give this another 5 minutes. Dough's ready. Just put a little bit of spray around the edge, just to help the dough come out. Just mould this into a bit of a ball. Like that. And put that straight into a container. Now I'm going to prove this up for around about 10 to 20 minutes, give or take. So it just sort of comes up to this line here. We can cover it over and leave it in a nice warm place, or we can actually put it into our homemade prover. I'm going to be putting this straight into my homemade prover. There you go, our brioche dough is ready. So we'll take this out the bowl. Don't knock it back. We're going to scale this at 460 grams. We just knock this back and make it into a long shape like this. Okay. So it's like a sausage. Do the same with this one. Cut them into 4. So there's all our pieces. Now we need to be moulding them round. So how I do it, I'm actually moulding with this part and that's going to be on the table like this. Okay. So we've got a nice smooth round bowl. Like that. Okay, and you have a little underneath, see? There's another way of doing it. It's probably more easier. Get your hands like this, over the top, push down, and just like that. See? So we're going to pop them straight onto our tray. He looks a bit bigger than the rest of them. So there's our trays. Just pop them onto the tray. If you want to make it 3 and 3, you can do it that way. We're going to be pushing them down a bit, like this. Now for the top, you need some egg wash. Now this is 1 egg mixed with some water. So it's quite thin. So you need your sesame seeds. Remember, if you're allergic to sesame seeds, watch out. And we just wash the top over the bun, like this. Now you can pick the bun up and pop them in, but if you do that, you're going to contaminate your seeds. So it's always best to get over your seeds and just sprinkle it over the top like this. I've seen many a YouTuber dip their things straight into seeds with egg. No thought that it could be doing damage to themselves. There we go. Now we need to be proving these. Now they will prove up for, give or take, I'm going to say around about 45 minutes. Your 45 minutes is going to be at 30 to 35 Celsius. Now in 20 minutes time, pop your oven on. Now your oven temperature wants to be around about 190 Celsius to 200. So we're now going to be baking these in the oven for around about 10 minutes, give or take. So they've just got a nice golden brown on the top. So there's our brioche buns. Oh, they do look good, don't they? Nicely baked. Nice. We'll let them cool down and we'll cut one open. Well, there you go, folks. Wasn't that nice and easy? These brioche buns, really, really quick and easy. Now, in my recipe, I've showed you probably one of the quickest, easiest recipes out there. We don't want to muck around, do we? We ain't got time to muck around in the kitchen. We want to get on with the job. I've let the secret out the bag to produce exactly the same product as everybody else. You could go into Sainsbury's or Tesco's and get that exact roll. What's the difference? When you make it yourself, that is the difference, because you've put your love and cherish into that. And then this has got everything you need in it. That's beautiful. Only one thing, we need to look inside. And to be honest, I've just had one for lunch with a big chunk of ham in it. And that was gorgeous. My favorite. So let's cut one out and have a look. The old faithful knife. I'll try not to cut my fingers. Let's have a close up. Yeah, look at that. That is beautiful inside. It's lovely and moist. It's just, and it's got a lovely flavor to that. Oh, and that smells beautiful. To me, this is like eating this, and I'll be perfectly honest, it was almost like eating American bread. That's what it was like to me. Because with the sugar and eggs in it, you sort of got that American type thing. See, Americans love this type of thing, but that with a burger in it, well, actually after watching Beard Meats Food, and they pile them up like this, and they got plates of food like this, they shovel these in, they get hold of them and just go and swallow the things as they are. And burgers and God knows what else. Really, I'm really pleased with that. They come out lovely. Because the last time I made these, I spent like, I think 4 hours making it. This time, well, you can see how long it took. Not long at all. But there you go, folks. If you like this type of content, please subscribe and please share. And don't forget to check the description, because that is where you're going to find your recipe. And we'll see you again very shortly on the Crazy Baker channel. Laters!